Hey guys, Dana and I are out on a date again. Yay! We are just walking up and down the Ohio River. That's Kentucky over there, and this side is Cincinnati. Ohio, yeah. But that's the stadium where the All-Star game is taking place and everything. There's a lot of tourists and people in town.
What was the thing the other night that everybody was
derby?
watching? The home run derby.
Yeah, home run derby. So our kids are at a friend's house playing with friends, being homeschool social, right?
Yeah.
So a conversation about that happening on our Facebook page about your kids aren't gonna be social. Oh, look, check this out. Look at that. You guys see the mustache up on that building? And the little hat and the eyes and the nose kind of going up and down. Isn't that cool? They, I don't know what the deal is, but they have those little mustaches all over.
Little mustache statues.
Yeah, all over Cincinnati. I don't really get it. I'm not really into baseball though. Maybe it's the baseball thing.
It is a baseball
So,
thing.
but anyway, so while the kids are on their little play date thing with some of their friends, Dana and I are out
On our date.
trying. We're talking through what our decision is going to be for moving, and I think we've come to the decision.
Yes.
We know if we're going to stay here or go to Houston to be closer to Dana's family if the twins come and everything. And you were right yesterday. We'll tell them what you felt God was
A couple months ago, whenever we were trying to figure out, when we were discussing like where are we gonna go, and like going through, like we listed out like all the pros of going to Houston, all the pros of staying in Cincinnati, and I don't really think there were really any cons. It was just like unknowns for each place. But during that decision-making process, I felt like God was saying, you're not gonna know the answer until the middle of July, after you go to Oklahoma, and after you're done with your Israel story Bible study. And funny thing about that is that Bible study was supposed to be over on July 7th, and it was over on July 14th. So, because it got bumped back 1 week. And I was like, okay, God, well, you can't get any more middle of July than Israel story ending on July 14th. So now,
you felt like at the end of that we would know.
Yep.
And she was right. Like last night was not really about, and the study lesson had nothing to do with, we're under the suspension bridge. It had nothing to do with moving or staying, but what they were talking about and what we learned and discussed was all about like
what God's doing in this area, and how
city.
it, like what the connection to Cincinnati is with Israel, and how important that connection is.
And what's happening with that. So after hearing all that and talking through it and praying for a long time, like you guys know, the choice, we talked to a lot of friends, trusted friends, you know, who are older and wiser and stuff than us, and we came to the conclusion that it kind of came down to, do we want to be a part of something that we know God is doing and like where he's moving and that we are a part of? We love Dana's family and everything a lot, and we would love to be close to them, but when it came down to like push comes to shove, like do we want to be where we already, not that God can't or isn't working in Houston, but like we already know he is here. We're already a part of that here. It's already a big part of our life and our family. So do we want to be where that is? And like, which is more important, like being where that's already happening or going and being closer to Dana's family? And right now we just felt like it's probably best that we stay a part of what we already know God is doing, rather than to leave and hope and think that it will happen. Like God's always working, right? So but we just feel like this is where God wants us right now. So it was a really, 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 really hard decision. Probably one of the biggest decisions we've ever made since we've been married.
Yeah.
And the only other decision I've made that was bigger than this one, I think, is when I was trying to determine if I was going to marry Dana or not. So that's about the same amount of intensity went into that decision for me as went into this decision of deciding, should we stay or go? So thank you guys for your prayers and support and everything. We still got some things to figure out. Next step is, do we rent or buy? Like, are we gonna put our stake in the ground here and stay? And that's the next, like, we know we're gonna stay here for, you know, while these twins are born and stuff, but now we have to decide the next step. So we're gonna keep walking up and down the river here and go out, get some lunch and keep talking through that a little bit. But that's the decision, guys. I guess it's official now.
I guess so.
It's on the video,
weird.
so it's official.
It's weird, like actually having an answer after so long of going back and forth. And last night I was really emotional about it, just being able to have that answer more than like where it was going to be, but just to know like, hey, like this is what we're doing. It was just really nice to have that confirmation.
Yeah, and there's a lot of, I mean, it's not a pros and cons decision. I think we told you guys that before. Like, we could weigh all the pros of like extra support, being around family, you know, and all the pros and cons of both. And at the end of the day, we're like, this isn't a pros and cons decision. This is a.
And we've known that the whole entire time. Like, because in the beginning we made the list of like, well, here's all the pros from each place, and it's like, but we both kind of knew like these lists don't even matter. Like.
Well, it's ultimately like where does if you guys don't believe in God and you know prayer and all that kind of stuff, this might be a weird conversation for you, but we do, and so we just believe that this, like, wherever God wants us is the most important thing. That's more important than all the pros and cons, because the con that trumps all of them is where do you feel God wants you and where is He going to use your family, and we feel like right now that's here. This is what we do when we come out on dates, is that it's just Dan and I, we just get a really big burger or something like a big entree, and then we just split it, and it's a lot more less expensive that way, and we don't overeat, because if we each got like an entree, we would eat not just until we're content, but we'd like stuff ourselves.
And we have a long walk back to the car.
Yeah, we parked. Well, when we were last vlogging, it was down by the Blue Bridge over there, so we walked past all the way up, came across that bridge, and then to the other side here. We're at a place called Newport on the Levee, and having some lunch together, and then we gotta walk all the way back and find our car.
Turn off our food, and we'll be hungry to eat again.
Yep. How was it? It's good? Dana ate all of hers, I ate all mine, and I'm still kind of hungry. Usually that works out, what I just told you. But this time, I'm still hungry. So I think we're gonna have to go get some ice cream. Is it good?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Did I get?
I'm gonna feed in the cones so far. I gotta get down to the ice cream.
I got apple pie mixture of
really good
concoction stuff. And these 2 cones cost almost as much as our whole lunch did.
This better fill you up.
Yeah, that's okay. We split the entree, so we saved some money there, and so now we just make it up in the ice cream, I suppose. So this is a good place if you guys ever come visit Cincinnati. It's called Newport on the Levee. And it's just this is the Newport Aquarium down there. It's just a nice little area.
There's a theater.
Yeah, movie theater, AMC movie theater, gallery. It's a little mall in there, and it's just like a nice little area to hang out and
walk around.
On the weekends and summers, like a lot of fun activities here for the kids like doing, and then we just walk down this little aisle here, and we get out to the river. One of the nice things they just built down here by the river is all these swings. See all these swings all the way up and down? So you just kind of walk up and down the river and find a nice swing, grab your girl, give her kisses, and you have a good, you know, sparkling conversation about the future and small talk like that.
Yeah.
Welcome home, Zeker Man and Hannah Love and Hallie and Toby. Welcome back, big guy. You're so cute, big man. So what did you guys do at your friend's house today?
We got the places. The chickens, we gotta chase them around.
You gotta chase your chickens?
I got to go in the cage.
In the chicken's cage? Would you guys like to have some chickens sometime?
Yeah.
You would?
Hallie wants them.
You want to have some chickens, Hallie? We haven't even told them we're thinking about getting some. Would you like it if we got chickens? Would that be cool? You guys?
I just want to chase them around.
You don't want to actually eat their eggs?
Here, eat more veggies.
For breakfast? And you make some more better breakfast eggs for us, little guy? You big cook, you? So, Mommy and Daddy made a big decision while we were out on our date. You guys know what we decided? We decided that we're not going to move to Grandma and Grandpa's house. That we're close to them. We're going to stay here in this area so that we can still have all of our same friends and we can still do all of the same things we do with other families and things up here. Yeah, I think we told you, but I don't think Zeke heard. All right, what do you think about that, Zeke? Is that okay? You want to go to Grandma and Grandpa's? You know? What do you want to do? You want to stay?
Stay here.
You want to stay here? So when Dan and I were talking about it, Hannah was like, oh, we're like, we can stay here and keep all our same friends? And you were like really excited. But Zeke, do you like your friends here?
I love Grandma and Grandpa more.
Yeah, we love Grandma and Grandpa too. So, really tough decision, isn't it? Really hard. Yeah. But we're still gonna move. We're not gonna stay in this house.
No.
Okay, little guy?
We're just renting this.
Yeah, we're still gonna move to a bigger house. Mommy and Daddy had to decide where, and how much money, if we're gonna rent or buy, and all that kind of stuff. So we will be moving still, just not gonna move far away. We're gonna stay somewhere around here. Okay? The kids are in bed,
Finally, it took a long time.
and Dan and I get to hang out now.
Yay.
And you guys said you like the Q&A sessions, so we will continue them, but not tonight. This has been a really long vlog, I'm sure, as it is. And but we will continue them. Thank you for all your questions. They're fun to answer, and we will keep doing that. They said that in the comments. They said we like the Q&A. Keep doing it. So
Glad you like them. We're not doing them.
not today. So we'll keep doing them
Sorry.
for you. So, but thank you guys for hanging out with us, and this is a big day for us. It's like
It is
the
a big day.
pivot point of our family's story from this point
Kinda.
forward.
Yeah.
Like, it's a big deal. So now I've been looking at Zillow at houses and finding some crazy ones and trying to figure out our
That
price
looks so
plan.
fun. I
And we
wanna
never
go
bought a
visit
house
them.
before.
No.
So it's time to reach out to a realtor, get pre-approved for our mortgage.
You didn't tell them if we're buying or renting.
We don't know yet, but we're gonna look into both
see,
options.
See what we can afford.
Yeah, so we're gonna see what happens. So I feel like we had like one major accomplishment making one decision, and now we're like, shoot, now we gotta make all these other ones. Such is growing up life. But anyway, you guys will come on the ride with us. It'll be interesting to see what happens, and we will see you guys on Monday. Bye.
Getting rid of all my normal clothes and making space for my maternity clothes for my growing belly. It's not obvious that I'm pregnant, but my belly is growing a little bit. You can see a little bit.